Orphan really raises the bar on great trash, and this is just like good trash.
If you're wondering how Esther became Esther, Orphan, first kill, we'll tell you. Alonso, describe this to us.
I think something's going on with Esther.
Is there anything you want to tell me about your time away?
Yes, in that prequel way, will tell you everything you wanted to know and maybe even more that you didn't. So yeah, Isabelle Fuhrman is back. She is Lena, who becomes Esther, and we get to see her in the mental institute that where she had been living, where she escaped from, and we get to see that escape. We get to see how she made her way to America by pretending to be the missing daughter of a wealthy couple in Darien, Connecticut, played by Julia Stiles and Rossif Sutherland. And the family brings her home and doesn't seem to think anything too weird is happening. But of course, Esther's got a Esther, and so people start dying, and then we get a twist. Not enough of a twist that's going to make the Orphan movie not happen, but a twist nonetheless. And thank goodness, I enjoyed Orphan greatly. It is a beautifully trashy movie, but I did not need to see more of it, and especially when the very talented Isabelle Fuhrman, who was 12 years old when Orphan came out, and that was part of what made that movie work so well, is now 25. She can pull it off, and I think there's some like stand-ins and things and some, Irishman style de-aging going on here. But it's like, Orphan just does it, it stands on its own. It is a bonkers masterpiece, and it didn't really need to be revisited. And Fuhrman doesn't need it. She got a Spirit Award nomination last year for The Exceptional, The Novice.
Go see The Novice. She's so great in it.
Fans of. Yeah, no, if nothing else, the whole thing about Orphan First Kill is like, have you seen The Novice? Have I mentioned lately how you should be seeing The Novice? Yeah, so this movie, it definitely has a trashy sensibility. The screenwriter, David Coggeshall, was one of the guys who worked on the MTV Scream series. Which was always very kind of self-aware. And it's from the director of The Boy, William Brent Bell. So they know what movie they're making. Everybody knows what they're doing here. They are allowing for absurdity as much as possible. I enjoyed some of it, but Orphan really raises the bar on great trash, and this is just like good trash.
Orphan was rad, and I recall us loving it when it came out. And this is not even a horror movie. Like, this is not even trying to be a horror movie. This is a comedy. This is a dark, fucked up little comedy. And I really want to talk about it without spoiling anything. So let's not spoil.
That's the thing. I know I don't want to, because that was my greatest source of pleasure from this movie, so I don't want to ruin it for anybody else.
Oh, for sure. But it does change about halfway through and becomes better. Because, as you said, becomes better. And everyone knows what movie they're in. It is so much fun. I was hooting and hollering. Julia Stiles, as like the wasp philanthropist maven, knows exactly what movie she is in. But I would argue this is trying somewhere beneath the absurdity and the blood and just the screams. I would believe that this is trying to say something about the America in which we currently live.
In that you have to, can the ruthlessness of old school preppy venture capitalist destruction stand up against the influx of soulless, craven Russian authoritarian venture capitalism? I don't know. Maybe.
No, at one point, the asshole preppy fencing champion older brother, the teenage older brother, Gunner. His name is Gunner. He says something about we matter, people like us matter, immigrant trash like you. Who's going to believe you immigrant psychopath dwarf, or whatever it is that he calls her? There are a lot of like kind of hilariously mean names being tossed about in this movie, but they're assholes about it, and we're meant to view them as assholes, and we're meant to be rooting for her. Don't you
Yes,
think?
I get. I mean, yes, that's a read that exists. I can see that the movie is planting that at times, and obviously we're rooting for her because we know that she lives for the sequel and no one else does, like the original movie, because the original movie tells you, oh, that last family, yes, they all tragically died in a fire, boo hoo,
How'd that
and
happen?
exactly. So now we get to meet that family and find out why that all happened, but. Yeah, I suppose, but I don't want to attribute too much ideology to this movie because it's just dumb.
Oh no, there's like a smidgen of depth here. Just like a sprinkling, like an amuse bouche
Sure,
of
a
depth.
soupçon.
Yeah, but nothing more. No, it's meant to be nutty. Yeah, there's got to be like CG de-aging stuff going on because Julia Stiles is very tall
Yeah,
and Isabelle Fuhrman is very petite, but like they exaggerate that
right.
height difference. And no, I had fun. You know where things are going. You know when you see certain items, they're going to be important later
Oh
on. Like
yeah.
they plant those seeds, for the tension to build. I was never scared, but I had a
No.
really good time. So what is your number then? I'm saying 7.5. I had a good time.
I'll say six. It's there are some definite pleasures to be mined here, but I'm sorry. You give me Orphan, then like anything else is just sort of going to be by the by because the Orphan one is still like Dave White brings that movie up all the time. He loves it so much, and so this was just like, yeah, it's okay.